Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest, where we dive into all the juicy stories and shocking twists happening in Salem. If you missed today's live broadcast, Friday, September 27th, don't worry, we've got all the drama, tension, and heartbreak covered for you in the most detailed way. Brace yourselves, because today's episode packed a punch, with dangerous plots, secret revelations, and fiery confrontations that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Let's get into everything that went down in Salem today. One of the most intense moments of today's episode revolved around Xander and his sinister plan to take out Brady. As viewers know, Xander has been spiraling down a dark path, consumed by revenge. After confronting Sarah with a gun earlier, Xander coldly informed her that he wouldn't have to pull the trigger. He planned for Brady to shoot himself. The idea was chilling, and Sarah was horrified. She begged him to reconsider, to think about what he was doing, and questioned how Brady would even be able to cope with such a situation if things unfolded as Xander intended. But Xander, cold and calculating, didn't waver. Just as Sarah pleaded with him, Xander received a text from his henchman. Everything was in place. He turned to Sarah and coldly told her to go home, leaving her desperate and terrified. Once back at home, Sarah was at her wits' end. She knew she had to act fast, or Brady's life would be in grave danger. Without hesitation, she called Jada, frantically telling her that it was an emergency. Sarah's mind was racing, trying to figure out how to stop Xander before it was too late. Meanwhile, at Brady's room, Xander made his move. Brady, already drugged by Xander's henchman, was lying unconscious on the bed, completely vulnerable. Xander, preparing to stage Brady's death, was about to place the gun in Brady's hand when suddenly, a knock on the door interrupted him. Jada appeared, just in time, stopping Xander in his tracks. She informed him that Sarah had called her with some troubling information. Xander, ever the smooth talker, tried to play it off, claiming he was just there to check on Brady and had found him passed out. But Jada wasn't convinced. Something didn't add up, and she wasn't about to let Xander off the hook easily. Later, back at the Kyriakis mansion, the tension continued to rise. After the dramatic confrontation with Xander, Sarah confided in Fiona, revealing that there was something she needed to know. At first, it seemed that Sarah was ready to come clean about Xander's deadly plan and how close Brady had come to being murdered. Fiona, of course, would be relieved that Sarah acted swiftly and bravely to stop Xander before it was too late. But the conversation took a surprising turn when Sarah revealed a memory she had been suppressing. In a heart-stopping moment, Sarah admitted that she remembered something important from the night she was hit. To Fiona's shock, Sarah confessed that it wasn't Brady who hit her. This revelation left Fiona shaken and confused, as Sarah's memory of the incident raised more questions than answers. Who was responsible? And what will this revelation mean for the tangled relationships in Salem? As the drama surrounding Xander and Sarah unfolded, Brady finally woke up from his drugged state, groggy and confused. Unsure of what had happened to him, he struggled to piece together the events of the night. Brady later confided in Eric, recounting a strange encounter with Brian. Brady couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, and as the pieces started to come together, he began to suspect that Brian had drugged him under Xander's orders. The tension is building, and it seems like it's only a matter of time before Brady puts all the pieces together, exposing Xander's dangerous game. Meanwhile, in another part of Salem, the tension between Johnny and Chanel reached a boiling point. Despite their best efforts to move past the drama surrounding their relationship, Johnny's jealousy continued to rear its ugly head. Today, Chanel learned that Johnny had pressured Leo to rewrite a key love scene in Body and Soul, and that wasn't the worst of it. Johnny had also taken steps to ensure that the steamy photos of Chanel and Alex wouldn't be used in the media campaign. This betrayal hit Chanel hard, as she realized Johnny had been acting out of jealousy behind her back. The confrontation between the two was explosive. Chanel, furious that Johnny had undermined her work and taken matters into his own hands, lashed out at him. But instead of apologizing and trying to make amends, Johnny's frustration boiled over, and the two found themselves in a heated argument that only escalated. Their relationship, already on shaky ground, seemed to be crumbling under the weight of jealousy and mistrust. And as if there wasn't enough drama, Stephanie found herself in a complicated emotional bind. Despite her efforts to maintain a platonic friendship with Alex, she couldn't deny the growing feelings she had for him. As their connection deepened, Stephanie was caught between her heart and her head, unsure of whether to follow her feelings or stick to the boundaries they had set. Today's episode of Days of Our Lives was packed with emotional revelations, life-threatening schemes, and tense confrontations that are sure to have long-lasting repercussions. Xander's dangerous game, Sarah's shocking memory, Brady's growing suspicions, and the fiery conflict between Johnny and Chanel have left Salem in a state of turmoil. What will happen next, and how will these characters deal with the fallout of today's events? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.